Coming back to the infinity loop, when an order is configured by the customer, this triggers the manufacturing process to produce the desired variant. Windchill MPM Link has a powerful capability that generates the manufacturing bill of material that matches the order, plus the bill of operations that will need to be done in the factory, up to and including 3D step-by-step instructions that could, for example, be augmented onto the product using our Vuforia augmented reality technology. Let's hear from Fresenius, a customer who uses MPM Link to leverage their model-based information created in engineering to assemble the right configuration of information needed to manufacture the product.
Fresenius Medical Care, we are an integrated healthcare provider. We provide all kinds of products and services for people that face chronic kidney disease or even acute kidney failure. We produce products, devices, machines, disposables, plus we have also our own clinics in which we offer dialysis as a service. Our manufacturing engineer work already very closely with the R&D people during the actual development cycle in order to make sure that also the manufacturability is high, which is of course now giving the manufacturing people a nice way in order to have a global definition, but also possibility to localize how, for example, this machine is being produced in Schweinfurt versus it is being produced out of Changshu, because we may want to consciously leverage differences, and therefore the whole concept of manufacturing BOM together with MPM is quite important for us. One of the cases, of course, that we would like to adopt one process step in order to make it faster, in order to use less material. In the past, to revise a whole document, it takes more people to look at this to see if this is still consistent. And with going more into MPM and really having the deep down digital steps will enable us to do changes more quickly and more often and more pointed. So every idea that our engineers on the manufacturing floor have, we would definitely like to look at this and would like to have this also inflow and get the benefit out of this. But if the process around is too clunky, you will never reach those benefits. And this is something that by atomizing and digitizing this type of information, we are really expecting to be faster when only certain process steps need to be changed versus a whole set because it was convoluted altogether.
As you heard from Oliver, Windchill MPM Link's ability to configure manufacturing information is critical to being able to manufacture different product configurations in factories that have different configurations as well. Mastering dynamic configuration of product data is critical to platform strategies because it's simply impossible to author all of the variations of manufacturing and service information in advance just in case. And it would take an army of resources to create this information manually when each order is placed. Let's hear more from Fresenius about their view of smart factories and the importance of using IoT techniques to follow through to ensure the manufacturing process gets executed correctly and actually generates the results they expected.
In addition to our move into MPM, we were also checking on the digitalization of the manufacturing floor. And we have initiatives ongoing into connectivity of our manufacturing equipment. Also there to do preventive maintenance, to check on certain conditions for the factory equipment. In a highly automated factory with 170 million dialyzers produced a year, there's a lot of automation ongoing. So every unplanned stop is a huge loss for us. And now, why don't we bring the MPM piece that we have on our global PLM program together with the factory machine connectivity pieces? And probably there are other things also that we still need to bring together, but have this as the grounding foundation for what we would refer to then as our smart connected manufacturing strategy. You can think about using the feed from the factory in order to just improve the manufacturing process. You could say, okay, there is even an additional layer where on the manufacturing floor we often identify things that may fail, that in addition to something on the manufacturing side, we would also like to adjust something on the design side of our products. And this is definitely a feedback loop that we would like to use more in the future to have more and more continuous improvements in our products from using this type of feedback from the shop floor.
Monitoring the manufacturing process to identify inefficiency is where our new ThingWorx digital performance management software fits in. DPM uses IoT techniques to collect data from various sensors and control systems throughout the factory to compare the actual process throughput to what was expected in the manufacturing process design. DPM helps customers to identify production bottlenecks, then implement changes to the manufacturing process or even the product design, and track the effectiveness of those changes on the factory floor. What is so powerful about this feedback loop between manufacturing and engineering is that customers can drive substantial improvement in the productivity of their factories, which they can then choose to convert into more revenue by producing more product or less cost by running fewer production shifts.